So the so the critics are finally coming out with the new with the new Indiana Jones film, and it's not looking so good. I mean, what do they think? What I'm seeing right now is a little bit of a trend when it comes to critics, actual paid critics, especially on Rotten Tomatoes. It seems like right now that a lot of them are starting to jump the ship, just trying to jump off before they sink even lower. I mean, the same thing happened with the new Queen Cleopatra documentary series. I mean, after everything I've heard, everything that they have said, especially to the country of Egypt, how did they think that was going to end? I mean, what was in their mind going to happen if you insulted another country's history? It makes literal no sense. It's the same thing that with people that have loved these franchises such as Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Marvel. They have absolutely loved these movies. They screened it like it was a holiday or something. And then you're just putting their ideals into the film, especially their woke nonsense. And all people are saying is it's just destroying these franchises. It's just making them worse. But they're not listening. It's like yelling into a hollow shell. You're just getting nothing. I mean, right now, after even critics are turning away from this whole entire trend, and after the small summary I read about the new Indiana Jones film, even I don't have high hopes. Nobody really has high hopes for these films, and these used to be box office successes. Star Wars, everyone's heard of Star Wars. Indiana Jones, a great adventure franchise. Marvel, I mean, seriously, guys, Marvel got to a point where was it even possible to destroy it? Well, apparently it is. It's like all of these executives, all these producers, all these higher ups in Hollywood, all they really want to do is just destroy these franchises. They want to destroy this entire business because no matter how many times they have shoved this thing onto the screen or onto streaming services, all it ever did was just get a negative feedback. And it's not going to change. You know the definition of insanity, right? Well, this actually is the same definition of insanity. And one movie I know for sure was the definition of insanity was Peter Pan and Wendy. I didn't do a review on Peter Pan and Wendy because I got such a migraine from that movie that I was literally in bed afterwards. It was just too painful. It's just getting painful right now just thinking about it. But I kind of predicted that movie before it even came out. So what was the point of all of that? We already knew what trend they were going down. We already knew exactly what direction they were going to go. It has nothing. It just pays no respect to the original story. What is the point? And right now, with all these franchises, especially Star Wars and Indiana Jones, we already know that they're not going to follow the source material. We already know that they're not going to build on anything in these franchises. For all I know, all they ever did was bring the old characters that we grew up watching, all we knew and loved, and they make them very dislikable people. It makes no sense. And the only thing I'm predicting when it comes to the new Indiana Jones film is that they're going to make it way too complicated. They're just going to mock politics. They're going to mock politics. They're going to bring in political stuff, and they're probably going to replace Indiana Jones. Prove me wrong. I mean, that's literally my prediction right now. So in other words, there is no point to it. I'll always watch the old films, the old Indiana Jones films, because they are by far one of my favorite adventure franchises. And Star Wars, the original Star Wars movies. I made a video over a month ago saying when I said farewell to both Star Wars and The Mandalorian. That's basically the Star Wars and Mandalorian that is coming out now. The things that are going to be showing up in the future. I'm not excited for those anymore. Instead, I'm going to stick with the old films, the original movies, and the prequel movies as well. Because as far as everything that came out so far, even the prequels are good movies to me now. If you would have told me that at least 15 years ago, I would have actually laughed at your face. But apparently we are here. This movement has to stop. They have to either find a common ground or stop putting it in. Otherwise, people are just going to reject it. People have already rejected it. People have been just trying to walk away from it because all it ever is shoved into people's faces. And like I keep saying, it's just the same thing over and over again. Just shove it in, shove it in, shove it in. Hopefully, someone will break. And the thing is, all you're gonna do is either lose money or just gain no respect. There will actually come a point where you will want to say, all right, this isn't working right now. We do need to go in a new direction. And you start going into that new direction, but in the end, it's too little, too late. For most of these higher ups, they think right now that they are too big, too powerful to even be taken down. Yeah, that's exactly what the Roman Empire thought. Look at them now. They're gone. They're you can't just push real world ideologies or even your own political side into the mainstream media and just expect everyone to fall in line and just do whatever you say. That's not how the real world works. People have the right to have their own opinions, and if they have their opinions and if they do not like your products, it is not fair for you to go out there, slander them, call them names, or even try to get them canceled. That's just gonna make you look like a bad guy, and for people to even make fun of you even worse. You think right now is bad that your studios and your opinions are starting to get a whole lot of backlash? You think it's bad now? It's gonna get a whole lot worse if you keep bringing them up. If you keep bringing up all these people, all these haters, their 15 minutes of fame, they're not gonna stop. They're just gonna continue on with it. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of advice right now. I mean, for me, I get hates on my channel all the time. What do? I ignore them. Because why? Because I have my opinion and I'm not going to bring up any arguments because all that's going to do is make people who don't like me win. But anyway, that's what I got to say about the situation. Right now, I just have no hope for Hollywood anymore. I'm just done because right now they're not listening to the critics, they're not listening to the fans. They are not listening to their box office numbers. It looks like they just want to die on this hill, and that's where they plan to stand. That is their right to do so. They can do that. But honestly, people are going to move on. People don't just stand still simply because you're standing still. They are going to grow. They are going to move around you. That's just the way the real world works. But anyway, those are my thoughts on today's Hollywood. I honestly think that Hollywood only has a few years under its belt until another city studio is going to open up and then Hollywood is going to move somewhere else. That's the way the world works, and that's how empires rise and fall. That's life. That's all I got to say. Anyway, guys, if you have anything else you want to bring up, if you want to have a little discussions, comment them down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share so we can finally grow my channel. Seriously, I've been stuck at 300 subscribers for a little bit too long right now. Come on, let's get me to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video.